Good morning, and welcome to the 2021-2022 Valley View ISD school year. I am Matthew Myers. I'm the Director for Bilingual, ESL, and Migrant Programs, and I will be your host for today's program. As I walked around the Payne Arena this morning and spoke with some of you, or many of you, before today's assembly, I was reminded of how passionate our teachers are, how passionate everyone in the Valley View ISD community is, and how everyone is eager to begin a new year, even after the difficulties that we've had for the last year and a half. We're full of hope and a desire to bring out the best in ourselves in order to bring out the best in our students. And those are the people we serve. Let us always keep our community of students in mind as we progress through this morning's assembly and through this year. At this time, I ask you to please stand as the Valley View High School Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps offers the presentation of colors. And now the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us welcome Jaime Quiroga from our Valley View High School to lead us in the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and broad stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that her flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jaime. Thank you very much, Jaime, for a beautiful rendition and also for the presentation of arms. I ask that you remain standing and bow your heads for this event's invocation. Lord, we come to you at the beginning of this academic year with our many feelings, expectations, fears, and hopes. Help us to remember, however, we have the comforting assurance from you, I will always be with you. Lord, for all of us, this is a time of transition. It is transition from the work and leisure of summer back to the classroom. It is transition from the time we spent with family and friends. Give us patience with ourselves as well as patience with one another as we transition. Lord, this beginning is new for some of us. Help us to be open to new friends and the many opportunities that lie ahead. Turn the anxiety about academics to a quiet confidence in the way you have blessed us in the past. Give us a new perspective to see persons, events, and academic work as an invitation to develop the many gifts you have given us to be used in service for others. Finally, Lord, give to each member of the Valley View community the 7 gifts of the Spirit: wisdom, understanding, right judgment, courage, knowledge, reverence, and awe and wonder. Amen. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to present the Valley View Board of Trustees. Ms. Claudia Coronado, Board President. Mr. Anthony Pinal, Board Vice President. Mr. Mario Degollado, Board Secretary. I'm sorry. Mr. Perez, I would never, ever forget that you're our Board Secretary. Mr. Efrain Perez, Board Secretary. And now Mr. Mario Degollado, Board Member. Mr. Jaime Gaona, Board Member. Mr. Juan Viveros, Board Member. And Ms. Sara Perez, Board Member. It is also my honor to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Silvia Ibarra. Our Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction at the secondary level, Ms. Monica Luna. And the Interim Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction at the elementary level, Ms. Nancy Montemayor. Now I would like to introduce our principals along with their faculty and staff. As I mention your school and your principal's name, please stand to be recognized. Mr. Jesus Garza, Valley View High School. Valley View High School, please stand. Dr. Rosemarie Gomez, Valley View Early College Campus. Ms. Sandra Riojas, Interim Principal, Valley View Junior High. Mr. Jesus Cerda, Valley View Elementary. Mr. Antonio de la Cerda, Valley View North Elementary. Mr. Isaias Vidal, Wilbur E. Lucas Elementary. And Ms. Marina Leal, Valley View South Elementary. At this time, I would like to recognize Central Office directors and their staffs. Please stand and be recognized, the directors and staff from the Departments of Business, Human Resources, Data Management Systems, formerly PEAMS, and Technology. Please stand and be recognized, directors and staff from the departments of Special Funds, Special Education, Bilingual Education, ESL and Migrant, and Career and Technical Education. Now please stand and be recognized, directors and staff from the departments of Curriculum and Instruction, Fine Arts, Athletics, and the Superintendent's Office at Central Office. Also, please stand and be recognized, directors and staff from Maintenance and Transportation and Child Nutrition Services. Favor de ponerse de pie y sean reconocidos el personal invaluable de mantenimiento, transportación y de nutrición. Well-deserved applause. I am very happy to introduce to you a person who has dedicated so much of her life to the Valley View Independent School District. Claudia Coronado is an educator, an advocate, and a mother. She has served in various capacities as an instructional leader for over 13 years. She is honored to serve as our district's president on the board. Let us give our school board president our attention as she delivers her inspiring message to us. Ms. Coronado.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Muy buenos días a todos. It is an honor and a privilege to be standing in front of you, the district that not only molded me professionally, but molded me as an individual. Above all, I pray for the light of God to surround you, for His love to enfold you, and His power to protect you. El día de hoy, le pido a Dios que nos guarde bajo la sombra de su misericordia. During these unprecedented times, I recognize that the world is facing tremendous challenges. I don't need to describe the adversities caused by the pandemic because I'm certain each of you have been impacted in different ways. We're aware of your fears and feelings caused by the pandemic, but most importantly, we must acknowledge that you have made the seemingly impossible become a reality. The educational system is the engine of our community. Each of you has been a first responder in bringing deeper learning to our children during this learning realignment. Each of you has made remote learning effective by converting your homes into classrooms that personalize the learning experience for students. Cada uno de ustedes, desde el personal de mantenimiento, el personal de la cafetería, educadores y nuestra comunidad, han demostrado que entre mayor es el desafío, más fuerte es el coraje para superar la adversidad. However, this isn't new. This isn't dramatic heroism in the face of the pandemic. This is teaching. This is being invested in our community. This is driving change. These past months, our employees have demonstrated that our students and their needs come first. There were times when fear and anxiety seemed to be winning the battle, but you were there, determined to defeat the distress, the trauma, and the adversity. We have lost so much, but maybe, and only maybe, stripped bare as it has been, we can see more. After more than a year dealing with a pandemic, finally we're able to see the light. Now we're able to see what is in front of us with new clarity. And that includes the academic gaps, inequities, mental health issues, and social and emotional well-being. They have all been heightened. But so are the success that each of you have achieved. We recognize that our district has the best employees, and above all, we recognize that we can count on you to continue to drive change. The same way the students count on you, you can count on us. The community, city officials, and the Bilingualism School Board of Trustees stand by you. Although we inherited a financial crisis and continue to face the after effects of the pandemic, we will work with you to provide the resources you need to equip our students with lifetime skills and to solve any problems that may arise. We are part of this community, and we will fight this battle along with you. Albert Einstein once said, "The great teachers of humanity were, in a way, artistic geniuses in the art of living." Let's try to relate lessons to real life. Let's show the students that there is more than one way to solve problems. Let's teach them not only reading, mathematics, and science, but the art of living. We have a moment now, a short moment and so much to get done, when we could take what we have seen to reinvent the educational experience. When we have so many needs and the evidence is so clear, it is our only option. I wish you the best school year. May God bless you all. May God bless Valley View. Now, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, we do have a message for you. During these unprecedented times, Valley View ISD employees have risen above adversity, making the seemingly impossible a reality. Therefore, in order to recognize your outstanding performance in making learning individualized and in ensuring that the basic needs of students are met, every single teacher will receive a $3,000 stipend, and every other employee will receive a $1,500 stipend. The district's success is a true reflection of your dedication and commitment to student achievement. May God bless you all.
Hello, Tiger Nation. For myself, the board, and all administration, we want to welcome everybody back. As we get ready for this new school year, there are a couple of things that will be changing for athletics and fine arts. We will have UIL activities for elementary, junior high, and high school. In fine arts, all junior high and high school activities will continue, such as band, theater, and dance, and many more. For athletics, 7th and 8th grade boys and girls will continue, as well as 9th grade, JV, and varsity athletics. Our number one priority is to have the safety of our students, our staff, and all the community.
In behalf of the school board members and Dr. Ibarra, it is my pleasure to let you know that we'll be buying 2 brand new buses. All our buses are gonna be equipped with cameras and also with GPS. The parents will be able to track their children with the apps from the school. In doing so, it is because of the safety of our students and of course safety of our bus drivers.
La participación de la comunidad y padres de familia es fundamental para el crecimiento de nuestro distrito y nuestros estudiantes. Como nunca antes visto, en Valley View se llevó a cabo una gran conferencia virtual con padres de familia para tocar diferentes temas de interés familiar. El uso de las redes sociales y diferentes plataformas se ha convertido en una herramienta de comunicación y actualización de eventos y noticias en nuestro distrito. La creación de diferentes comités guiados por personal de administración y miembros de la mesa directiva ha permitido el enfoque en diferentes áreas con el objetivo de mejorar y permitir a la comunidad participar.
As a police officer, I know firsthand the importance of having a working relationship with our community and our students, which is why we'll be partnering with the City of Hidalgo and its police department in order to ensure the safety of our students by having a police officer in each and every campus to help provide a safe learning environment for everyone. The safety and well-being of every individual is our top priority.
En este regreso a clases, la prioridad para nosotros son nuestros estudiantes y nuestros empleados. Queremos mantener nuestra escuela segura de cualquier intruso, de cualquier persona que quiera venir que no sea parte de nuestra escuela, que pase por un filtro de seguridad. Contaremos con nuevas cámaras, nuevos candados electrónicos, detectores de metales. Al igual queremos un ambiente seguro contra el COVID. Contaremos con distanciamiento social, proveeremos caretas, mascarillas. Al igual en cada salón de clases, al igual como en nuestros pasillos, tendremos este tipo de antibacterial para que nuestros estudiantes lo puedan usar cada vez que sea necesario.
To commence the new school year and ensure the safety of our students, staff, and community, Valley View ISD will be offering testing for all students and staff and vaccine clinics for our students, staff, and community 12 years and older.
thank you very much for such an inspiring speech, Ms. Coronado, and I believe I could speak on behalf of everyone by saying thank you for the stipend as well. Thank you. And now I would like to introduce to you another very special person. Dr. Sylvia Ibarra is a lifelong educator and a strong advocate for all children. She earned her bachelor's degree in English and kinesiology and her master's degree in education with a specialization in counseling and guidance from the University of Texas Pan American. She received her doctorate in education from North Central University in Arizona with a specialization in educational leadership. Dr. Ibarra began her career in education as a high school language arts teacher and high school coach. Other positions that she has held during her career as an educator include high school counselor, bilingual director, bravo, and assistant superintendent. Now, as superintendent of schools, Dr. Ibarra is elated to collaborate with the Valley View ISD community for the continued academic success and well-being of all students. Please help me welcome Dr. Sylvia Ibarra, our superintendent of schools.
Good morning, everyone. Buenos días a todos. It is such a pleasure to see everyone in this community, the Valley View ISD faculty and staff here today together under one roof to hear such an important message from our board president and from the rest of us that will be speaking today. We don't get many opportunities to come together as one, so this is a special day. And I want you to know that I gave this venue much thought and consideration. And I asked myself, should we do a virtual event or bring everybody in person? And I chose to bring you all together in person, and this is why. I'm very proud to share that 95% of the employees in Valley View ISD are vaccinated against the COVID vaccine. And that is significant, and let me tell you why it's significant. Based on research, we know that with 75% to 85% of the population is vaccinated, we reach a level of immunity that's safe for everybody. Now, we can't control what happens out there, but we can control what happens here. So to have 95%, if not higher, of all employees vaccinated is amazing. And again, I congratulate you and commend you for that. In addition, we are all responsible adults. We are educators, we're trained, we follow rules, we are role models. So as educators and followers of rules, we follow the CDC guidelines. We wear our masks, we stay socially distanced whenever we can or as much as possible. We wash our hands often and so forth. If we continue to do that, we will continue to be safe. It's an exciting time for us. And as Ms. Coronado mentioned, we know that we have challenges ahead of us. We know that. And we are going to tackle those challenges together. I want to talk to you today about our district priorities.
I think it needs to be turned on first. There we go. There we go. Just pull forward. There we go.
Should have tested this before, but it's working. So our district priorities, as the needs of the district change, so should our priorities. And I want to tell you that this April and May, we had a group of individuals, community stakeholders, comprised of teachers, students, family, business owners, that came together and wrote the district strategic plan that's going to set the direction for us for the next 5 years. And part of that plan was to take into account our district needs, the ever-changing needs of our district. This group of individuals took into account our students. They started with the end in mind. And what is the end in mind? Student achievement. We are here for students, we are educators, and we work every single day to ensure that our students go through K through 12, go through a K through 12 education and graduate college, career, and military ready. That by the time they transition to adulthood, they become productive, contributing members of society. And I think we're doing a great job. So I'd like to ask at this time members of the Strategic Planning Committee to please stand and be recognized for their excellent work. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you. It wasn't easy work. They spent days working on this plan. And today I want to briefly touch on those district priorities that this Strategic Planning Committee identified that are very, very important to us, because that is what we will focus on for the next 5 years, and especially this year. So the first one is a high quality curriculum. We know that in order to equip our students with the skills, the knowledge that they need to be successful, not just while they're with us, but beyond high school, it starts with the curriculum. And so the curriculum that we offer our students needs to be rigorous and relevant. It must be rigorous because that is the skills that they need to succeed in life, to think critically, to problem solve. And it must be relevant because it must be meaningful to them. They have to make a connection to that curriculum. For the past 2 weeks, we have had teachers at early college and our new staff development center writing curriculum. And they're ensuring that this curriculum is rigorous and relevant. So please, teachers, if you've been helping us out, if you've been writing curriculum for the past 2 weeks, please stand and be recognized. Thank you so much. Your work is valued and it matters. Now I want to talk to you a little bit more about relevance. Why is it important to have relevance? And for that, I'm going to share a story of a book that I read this past summer when we were in lockdown before we had a vaccine. And the title of this book is The Murmur of Bees, but I'm going to tell you the story in Spanish. So please forgive me if I make mistakes. Quiero compartir con ustedes una historia que leí el verano pasado. El título del libro es El murmullo de las abejas. Y esta historia me impactó tanto porque lo leí durante la pandemia, antes de que tuviéramos la vacuna. Y la historia ocurre en Linares, Nuevo León, durante la Revolución Mexicana en 1918. La historia sigue a la familia Morales, el señor Francisco, su esposa Beatriz y sus hijos. Y ellos son dueños de tierras agrícolas y siembran las tierras, trabajan las tierras y tienen trabajadores que trabajan las tierras y son muy buenas personas que apoyan a sus trabajadores. Con ellos vivía Nana Reja. Nana Reja era una ancianita que cuidó del señor Morales cuando estaba chico. Y ella estaba tan ancianita, se la pasaba en su mecedora. Todos los días ahí la encontraban. Y un día Nana Reja escuchó unos lloridos que venían del campo, y ella siguió esos lloridos hasta que fue a dar con un bebé abandonado, que alguien lo había dejado, y al acercarse descubrió que el bebé estaba desfigurado de su carita y estaba cubierto de abejas. Inmediatamente ella se encariñó y en ese momento decidió que ella iba a cuidar de este bebé y lo llamó Simonopío. Mucha gente lo vio a Simonopío y se asustaba y decían, no podemos llevarlo, algo tiene ese niño, déjenlo que muera. Y definitivamente Nana Reja no iba a permitir eso. La familia de los Morales decidió adoptar a Simonopío y lo vieron crecer. Y a pesar de que Simonopío no hablaba, no se podía comunicar, él tenía un sexto sentido. Y ese sexto sentido es que él presentía cuando había peligro para su familia. Y muchas de sus acciones mantuvieron a su familia salvo y sanos. Otro de los retos de este tiempo es que la gente de Linares, Nuevo León, al igual que todo el mundo, estaban viviendo por una pandemia mundial. Y esa pandemia, la Spanish flu, la gripe española, como se llamaba en ese tiempo, fue algo muy difícil para las personas en ese tiempo. Miles de personas estaban muriendo a diario. La gente estaba en pánico, no sabían qué hacer, se encerraban en sus casas. Y estaban haciendo lo mejor que podían, pero como estaban muriendo tantas personas, no podían enterrar a sus familiares apropiadamente. Entonces lo que hacían es que cada familiar que moría lo sacaban afuera de la casa y lo dejaban tendido en la banqueta. Y pasaba el sepulturero a recoger los cuerpos en su carreta cada mañana. Y una señora, una mamá que tenía a su hijo Lázaro, que estaba ya por morir, le dijo a su hijo: te voy a sacar para afuera porque yo sé que vas a morir y pues voy a tener que sacarte de una vez porque no voy a poder sacarte mañana. Muy tierna la mamá. Entonces, pues Lázaro dijo: bueno, pues me espero hasta que ahí me quedo. Pasó el sepulturero, recogió a Lázaro, pero estaba consciente de que Lázaro todavía no moría. Y le dice: no te mortifiques, Lázaro, no te voy a enterrar hasta que no te mueras. Ah, bueno, dijo, pues eso es bueno saber. Se lo lleva, lo deja en el cementerio acostado y espera a que muera. En la tarde va y checa: Lázaro ya. Dice: no, todavía no. Ok, muy bien. Bueno, dice: mañana vengo. Llega el siguiente día, va el sepulturero: Lázaro, ¿ya? No, dice: todavía no. Ok, bueno, pues otro día. El tercer día, otra vez, le va y le pregunta: Lázaro, ¿ya? Dice: oiga, yo no me voy a morir, dijo, yo ya me siento bien y estoy bien aburrido. ¿Sabe qué? Regrésame a mi casa. Bueno, vamos para tu casa. Lázaro regresa a su casa, mira a su mamá bien alegre y su mamá le da un shock y muere ahí. Desafortunadamente la mamá murió. Las demás personas, los vecinos, miran a Lázaro y dicen: Dios mío, Lázaro resucitó, lo vimos muerto, Lázaro resucitó, este es un milagro. Están tan contentos y tan emocionados porque necesitan un milagro. Se viene el sacerdote del pueblo, dice: hay que avisarle al papá obispo, esto es especial, este es un milagro, Lázaro resucitado. Manda mensajes, manda telegramas, abre las puertas de las iglesias, todos vienen a mirar a Lázaro el resucitado. Y Lázaro no dice nada. And that's where I'm going to end the story. If you want to know what happens, you need to read the book. So why do I share this story with you? The reason that I share this story with you is because when I read this story, as I mentioned, it was during the pandemic, before we had a vaccine, and we didn't know what was going to happen. And I happened to pick up this book not knowing what it was about, and I connected to it because we were going through that. And I would share the story with my family during dinner, and I had everybody hope, tell us what happened, what's next? And I would tell them, go read the book, you need to read the book. The reason I say this is because as adults, we make choices on what we read and what we learn, because we never stop learning. Our students don't make choices, we make the choices for them. So when we are selecting curriculum, we need to make sure that we make relevant connections to the curriculum, because if we make relevant connections to their life and what's important to them, they're going to be better learners. So that is the first priority. The next priority that I want to speak to you about is effective instruction. We all know that the teacher is the single most important variable to student learning. All of us impact student learning, directly or indirectly. We all contribute to student success, but the teacher is the one that makes the most impact. And let me tell you why, because they're the ones obviously in front of the classroom. So teachers must have good content knowledge. They must know their content well, and they must know how to deliver instruction effectively to make students understand and grasp those concepts. That's not a given. This year in particular, because we know that our students are coming back with huge gaps, it's more important than ever. We know that Valley View is above the rest. We're an A-rated district, we have excellent scores, but they're 2 years old. So the challenges are different. So we are going to step it up. We're going to do a great job, and I know it. But in addition to content, and to pedagogy, there's something else that we have to keep in mind when we are teaching our students. So I want you to ask yourself these questions. Think about the teacher or teachers, the best teachers that you had when you were in school as a student, and what made them stand out, other than their content knowledge and their pedagogy. Quiero que piensen, cuando ustedes fueron estudiantes, ¿cuáles maestros, uno, varios, sobresalen que fueron sus mejores maestros? Aparte de que tenían buen conocimiento de su materia y que sabían dar instrucción muy bien de pedagogía, ¿qué de ellos los hacía una buena maestra? And of course, I wish I could engage you, but because we can't, I'm going to share what it is. Something else that's very important is being caring. The relationships that we develop with our students are so important, and sometimes that's even more important. So when we ask students, what is it about your teacher that stands out, other than their content and pedagogy, this is what they said. They were caring, nice, compassionate, patient, fair, friendly and happy, warm and nurturing. So when our students come back, they're coming back anxious, stressed. They don't know what's happened. They're scared, especially our little ones. Let's keep that in mind. The social and emotional needs that our students have this year, more than ever, require us to be caring educators. The next priority for us, as you heard in the video, is community engagement. Community engagement and collaboration. We know that we cannot do it alone. All of you have heard the saying, it takes a village, and it surely does. As educators, we are fully committed, but we also need the parents to assist us, to work with us, to collaborate, and our community, and our partners in education, the universities, and so forth. So sometimes our parents, our community cannot come to us, so we have to go to them. And one of the things that we're doing is that we're leveraging our social media, our technology, to get the word out there. They're not going to come to us, but we're going to go to you. So we're using our social media more effectively. And one of the things that I'd like to show you today is I want to share a video that we created. It's not as good as the board video, but it's pretty good. And this is one video that we're going to be sharing probably by the end of the day today. If we can please hit the lights.
My name is Silvia Ibarra, and I'm the proud superintendent of Valley View ISD, a narrated school district with nationally recognized Blue Ribbon schools. Let me introduce you to our principals and their staff.
My name is Jesus Cerda, and I'm the school principal.
My name is Dr. Rosemarie Gomez, and I'm your school principal.
My name is Jesus Garza, and I am your school principal.
My name is Antonio de la Cerda, and I am your school principal.
My name is Sandra Riojas, and I am your school principal.
My name is Isaías Vidal, and I am your campus principal.
My name is Marina Leal, and I am the school principal.
I love working with students, and I have high expectations. I'm a firm believer that every student can learn if we give them the right tools and we provide them with an environment that is welcoming and loving for all students.
We are so excited to welcome you to the 2021 to 2022 school year. At Valley View Junior High, our classrooms are fun and engaging. They are led by 100% certified teachers that make the classroom experience fun and captivating for all of our students.
At Valley View Elementary, safety is a top priority.
You will be greeted by one of our friendly staff members who will assist with all health screenings and also help our visitors sign in.
Our students in classrooms take turns interacting with the bunnies and feeding them. It's a great learning experience for them as it teaches them responsibility and teamwork.
Every student in our district receives a free, nutritious, and delicious breakfast and lunch every day.
In addition to our excellent academic programs, we also offer extracurricular and enrichment opportunities. Let's hear from our directors.
Welcome to Athletics Program. My name is Genaro Cantu, Interim Athletic Director. We would like to invite you to get involved in our athletic program, which has a rich tradition of excellence in UIL competition. We have collected numerous championships, locally and state. Our exceptional program has produced college athletes and coaches. I am proud to be part of the school dedication to teaching about leadership, initiative, self-discipline, and teamwork. Welcome to Valley View.
Hello and welcome to the Career and Technology Education Department, where we teach you patient care. We have electrical trades, culinary arts. We offer business classes such as business information management. We offer education and training. We offer law enforcement, digital media, and video game design. In the CTE department, we offer it all. Excitement, great courses, and a great future with national certifications.
Hello, my name is Manny Rodriguez, and I'm the Director of Fine Arts at Valley View ISD, where we offer courses in music, dance, theater arts, and visual arts. Our vision is to prepare tomorrow's innovative, multicultural, and creative leaders for post-secondary success in a global community. By providing our students with a strong leadership foundation through a curriculum that provides rigorous artistic experiences. We invite you to be a part of our family. Let's keep building that fine arts army together. And if you would like more information, please don't hesitate to contact us. Go Tigers!
In our school district, we take pride in inspiring excellence and fostering the well-being of all of our students. Let's ask our students why they choose Valley View ISD.
I love Valley View Elementary because the teachers are supportive and outstanding. The administration here is welcoming and understanding.
Hi, I'm Mirka and I'm a 9th grader at ECC. My favorite part of school is the interactions with my teachers and classmates. The fun we have is priceless. School is always interesting and I learn new things. I have always been a curious person, so I push myself to excel at school. The teachers at Valley View encourage me and support me always.
What I like about Valley View High School are the amazing K and Fine Arts programs, where you can expand your knowledge and showcase your talents.
I like Valley View North because the teachers are very nice and supportive. And the library always has my favorite books.
Hi, my name is Leonardo Banda, and I like Valley View Junior High because it's fun and interactive.
I love going to school here because I like learning about many things. My favorite place is the library because it has some of my favorite books.
And there you have it. You too can be part of our district. Come visit us and explore the possibilities at Valley View ISD.
So I hope you like it. You'll be seeing many more videos, and hopefully we can get many more of you involved in our videos, because again, it's a way to get our message out. It's a way of our community to know who we are and come to our schools, and also helps with recruitment, certainly. So the last priority that I wanted to briefly discuss is district operations. And perhaps when you think of district operations, you think of our buildings and our buses. And that is certainly the case, but district operations is a lot more. District operations is everything in our district, everything that we need to operate, to run the district. It includes all of our salaries, all the resources that we acquire. It includes the utilities that we pay, from the light bill, the electricity, the water, the upkeep. So it's everything. Now we rely on funding. In order to run our school, we rely on funding. The bulk of our funding comes from the state, and it is based on our student enrollment. We get some funding from our taxes, but the bulk of our funding comes from the state. So I shared this slide with you because this is very important, because you need to know why it is that we did things, why we took certain measures this year. If you see this slide, this visual, you will see that our enrollment in Valley View ISD has been declining over the past 5 years. And that is not unique to Valley View ISD. Every single district is going through the same thing, primarily because of charter schools. Another factor is because of COVID. A lot of students are staying home and doing homeschooling. Nevertheless, it's something that we have to pay very close attention to, because as our enrollment decreases, so does our funding. And as our funding decreases, we have to reduce expenditures. So when you have Ms. Sandra Lee Rodriguez from central office and your principals asking you to post the attendance, you have the clerks one time and the second time and the third time, it's because it matters, because this is our livelihood. Okay, so I just wanted to stress the importance of attendance and enrollment. Something else that I want to point out is that even though our enrollment might be at a certain level, we only get funded for students who are enrolled, who are actually in attendance. So our enrollment might be at 4,500, but we only get funded for 4,100. So that's important to note. So as I stated, because you see that our enrollment has declined, has dropped over the past few years, it is also important that we reduce the expenditures. When we don't take those measures and we don't reduce the expenditures, we have to find that money somewhere else. And that somewhere else is our fund balance. Our fund balance is like a savings account that we should not touch, because the state requires us to have fund balance for a rainy day, for an emergency. So I'd like to show you our fund balance for the past few years. At one time, Valley View was doing very, very well, 12 million, which is what we're required to have. But around 2015, 2016, it started to dip. And you notice that it was going down to the tune of about 3 million per year, which is significant. What that tells you from that visual is that our expenditures exceeded our revenue. We had too many expenses and we were not making enough changes, so we had to at the end borrow from fund balance. We got to a point that we came to about 2.5 million. But then guess what? COVID hit. And COVID was horrible, horrible. But it was good for our finances. So we start to see our finances go up, our fund balance, because the expenditures were reduced, because there was not the same activity. Now, I want to say this. We, as leaders, walk on the shoulders of giants. We know that the prior superintendents, prior board did an amazing job here in the district, and they got this district to excellent levels of success, especially academically. But in a school district, the work never ends. It never ends. There are always needs. So where they left off, we continue. We have a legal, moral, and ethical obligation to do what is right for our community and for our students, and to become financially sound again. And we're on our way. So what did we have to do in order to do that? And I have listed here. You all know it because everybody was impacted. We had to offer an early resignation incentive to address the overstaffing, because overstaffing was never addressed. So now we are in a place where we need to be. Our enrollment needs to match our staffing. We also had to close a couple of programs, or we closed the campus, the fifth grade campus. It was very hard to do so, but we had to do it because, again, the expenditures exceeded the revenue. It wasn't a cost-effective practice anymore. And the same thing with our PD department. Plus, we got a great deal with the city of Hidalgo to offer services for safety. And then we also reduced expenditures again because we were still in a COVID year. That happened last year. We're going to see that funding increase because of this measure, so we can once again be financially sound. Moving forward, we are going to work with a balanced budget, period. If we need to make adjustments because our enrollment doesn't come in the way it should, because all we can do, guys, is project, we are going to make the necessary changes because we have to be responsible. We owe it to our community. We are also going to live within our means. It's the same thing. In your home, you live within your means. In our district, we have to live within our means. And we're going to pay very close attention to attendance and enrollment, and try to recruit more students and try to retain the students that are here. So if we do that, we already see that our fund balance is going up. If we take all those measures, we pray and hope, and we're very confident that we're going to be about 7 million by the end of this school year. We need to be at 12 million, remember, and we can do it together. So I do want to thank you for the sacrifices that you made. We're all in this together. This is our second home, and we're going to take care of you when we become financially sound. In spite of all of that, you heard all the great things that are happening in Valley View ISD. You heard the video from the board telling you about all the wonderful things that we're doing. So as our fund balance continues to increase, we run efficiently, then we're going to go ahead and continue to address the needs of the district. We know that our big need is our district facilities. We're already investing in that, and we'll continue to do so. We want to be competitive. We want to offer competitive salaries, and so that'll continue to happen, and obviously we want to continue to support our academic and extracurricular programs. So once again, I thank you for your understanding, I thank you for your support. I do want to say that I value and I am very happy to be here as your superintendent of schools, and I'm going to work very, very hard on your behalf, and you know that the board is going to do the same. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. But there's another group of people that truly values you, and I want you to hear from them. Can we play the video, please?
Hi, my name is Regina. I love my teacher so much because she cares about me so much.
Muchas gracias a los de cafetería por alimentarnos todos los días.
Hi, my name is Jose, and I want to thank the librarians for making reading an adventure. Thank you to our bus drivers for driving us home safely. Hello, my name is Dante, and I want to thank my principal for allowing us to be creative.
Hello, my name is Manuel. I want to thank all nurses for keeping us safe and being our heroes.
Hello everyone, I would like to thank all front office staff for welcoming us and our parents to school every day.
Hola, me llamo Perla y quiero agradecer a todo personal de mantenimiento por mantener nuestros salones limpios y listos para aprender.
Thank you to all teachers from the bottom of our hearts for not giving up on us throughout the pandemic.
Hello, I want to thank all coaches for working hard and making sports fun for us students. And I also want to thank counselors for guiding us to success. Go Tigers!
Hi, my name is Vanessa. I am a former student and a proud parent. I want to thank the teachers, the staff, and the principals for all the extra work, the patience, and the time, and for cheering on our kids. And I want to wish everyone the best of luck this new school year.
So thank you everyone, and have a blessed year.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ibarra. That was so informative and inspiring, and I'm going to go get my copy of El Murmullo de las Abejas right away. So thank you very much. That was wonderful. At this time, please welcome our very own Mariachi Sol del Oro from Valley View High School under the direction of Mr. Juan Lopez.
great job to our students. I do want to say that our Mariachi Sol de Oro got a Division I rating at the UIL state competition, so we're very proud of them. Let's give them a hand. I was just informed that we have some special guests with us today, so I'd like to, at this time, please help me welcome our State Representative Sergio Munoz Jr., who will be sharing a few words with you.
Good morning. I'm going to say, okay, one more time, right? Good morning. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for your overall commitment to education and really making sure that you make a difference in the students' lives day in and day out. We know that the last year was really challenging for all of us, not only on a professional level, but on a personal level, especially when it came down to all the changes coming through because of COVID, the virtual learning and everything else. And we know that this coming year is going to be no different. But at the end of the day, for us, we want you to know that we support any decision that you make as a district to keep your students safe. Because at the end of the day, for us, I think that is first and foremost what is the most important for you as educators, and also for the families of the district and for all the students that you serve. So please continue to count on our support for that. We wish you great success this coming school year, and continue to make a great positive difference, not only in your community, but also with all the students that you're teaching and you're reaching on a day-to-day basis. So I wish you great success. May God protect you and the school district and all the students and the families. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Munoz, for taking time from your very busy schedules to be with us. Another special guest is joining us this morning is City of FAR Mayor Ambrosio Hernandez. Please help me welcome him.
Good morning, buenos dias. Thank you for inviting me to your great city. Mayor Coronado and of course the Valley View School Board, thank you very much for doing what you guys do, and staff. Say the least, it's been a crazy year for all of us with the pandemic, but regardless, we know we're ready to go. We have great leadership, which is you. Staff gets it done, right? With the board sets policy, but you guys get it done. With the help of the state, of course, and the city of FAR is rolling out a project with the city of Hidalgo for Valley View students. We're going to be putting broadband in, and we want you to know, every single one of your students, if obviously you live in the city of FAR or Hidalgo, you will have the ability to utilize the net, which will give you 1 gigabyte upload and download. 1 gigabyte at all times, 24/7, 365. We need to prepare for the future in case this pandemic gets a little out of control with the Delta variant, and we have to go to virtual, then we're ready to go. Your school will not shut down, your students will not suffer. You don't need to be wasting money on hotspots. We're here to be your partner. The city has always been very aggressive in education. We look forward to seeing your success. Obviously, you guys do very well. You don't need the city to be telling you what to do. You do very well as educators. I represent a product of you. Without you, I wouldn't be where I'm at. And I'm very grateful to the administrators all across the country, especially here in the Rio Grande Valley. You are solely responsible for the successes of all of us, including our state rep. Without your leadership, without you spending that time, without you putting the portfolios and all the accolades that need to be put in to make us feel better as students, when I was a student, we would not be where we're at now. We would not. There's no question in my mind. So we will forever be grateful to your sacrifice that you put every day. We will forever be grateful and be your partner to make you succeed, to help you succeed, So if there's anything the Valley View board needs, or administration, or teachers, or janitors, whoever they may be, the city of FAR remains and will continue to always have an open door policy for you, because we believe in you and we thank you. And let's have a great school year. Thank you.
Thank you again, Dr. Ambrosio. I mean, these individuals are very, very busy, so for them to be here today is truly appreciated. One more special guest. Please help me welcome our mayor from the city of Hidalgo, Mr. Sergio Coronado.
Wow, this feels so special, guys. Good morning, Valley View ISD. It is a great honor to be here with you today. I want to thank the school board and the administration for this amazing invitation. My first experience as an educator started in this district, alongside many of you. Valley View ISD taught me the true value of friendship, loyalty, and determination. It formed my character to fight against adversity and create social consciousness. Last year was one of the most difficult ones in education due to COVID-19. However, we saw your commitment to ensure that our community receives the best education despite the pandemic through in-person and virtual learning. And on behalf of City of Hidalgo, we want to thank the teachers and staff for your hard work and dedication. We know that there will be new challenges ahead of us, but I am confident that you will keep Valley View ISD as one of the best districts in the state of Texas. También quiero tomar esta oportunidad para agradecer a los trabajadores del Departamento de Cafetería, Mantenimiento y Transportación. Pudimos ser testigos del trabajo hecho por ustedes para mantener a nuestros niños alimentados semana tras semana durante la pandemia. Vimos el gran esfuerzo trabajando en equipo, manteniendo el distrito limpio y en buenas condiciones para poder empezar el nuevo año escolar. Quiero que sepan que valoramos muchísimo su trabajo. Finally, I'm convinced that you are one of the most important factors that move our City of Hidalgo towards progress. I have no doubts that Valley View ISD will continue to change the lives of our students by giving them the tools needed to confront the real world. I want you to know that Valley View ISD is always in my heart, and I miss you so much. We wish you a fantastic 2021-2022 school year. We continue to trust you and support you. God bless you, and go Tigers!
Born and raised in Monterrey, Mexico, Karina Zuno Chapa completed her bachelor's in international relations from El Tecnológico de Monterrey. After moving to Texas, she became a bilingual teacher through an alternative certification program. She completed her master's in bilingual education and school principalship at UTPA in 2005. She later became a bilingual ESL strategist, Newcomer Academy coordinator, middle school assistant principal, and bilingual ESL director in McAllen ISD. Karina has served in the RGD TABE Executive Board as secretary, president, and parliamentarian, and in the TABE Executive Board as secretary, bilingual administrator, representative, legislative, and newsletter chair. Currently, she is the Language Proficiency, Biliteracy, and Cultural Diversity Director in Region 1 ESC, where she has the pleasure, and truly it is a pleasure for her, I know, working for more than 160,000 English learners in Deep South Texas. She also serves as an adjunct professor of testing and measurement, language acquisition, and applied linguistics for future bilingual teachers at the Texas A&M University in Kingsville. Karina delivered her first TEDx McAllen talk in November of 2019 entitled The Revolutionary Power of Bilingualism. It truly gives me great pleasure to introduce someone who has done so much for all students, especially those most in need. Someone I admire greatly, Ms. Karina Zuno Chapa.
Muchísimas gracias, Dr. Myers, y la admiración es mutua, por cierto. Buenos días, Valley View. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me here today. It is truly an honor to be here. But some of you might be thinking, yeah, that's all nice and dandy what Dr. Myers said, but who are you? ¿Quién es esta? ¿Verdad? ¿De dónde la sacaron? ¿Por qué está aquí? ¿Para qué vino? ¿Por qué nos viene a platicar a nosotros el primer día que regresamos a la escuela? Well, let me tell you a little bit about me. It's not all going to be about me, I promise, but stories matter. People matter. That's why I want to take just a few minutes of your time to share a little bit of my story. And yes, this was my face when Dr. Myers said, do you want to speak at the General Assembly? I'm like, what? Right? That's me when I was like 2-3 years old. Since then, I had that inquisitive look. So, here we go. And yes, originally, this is my birth name, Karina Elizabeth Zuno Cooley. I was born like that, Karina Elizabeth Zuno Cooley. And yes, I am from Monterrey. Soy mexicana de padres mexicanos y abuelos mexicanos. Nacida, crecida, criada, educada, todo hasta la universidad. Me gradué de Relaciones Internacionales en el TEC de Monterrey. Y sí, mi nombre de pila es Karina Elizabeth Zuno Cooley. Ya más tarde en la vida me convertí en Karina Chapa. Pero han de estar pensando ustedes, oye, pero esos apellidos no son mexicanos. Bueno, pero ustedes bien saben que los mexicanos venimos en varios colores, sabores y orígenes, ¿verdad? Entonces, varias generaciones arriba de la mía veníamos por todos lados. Entonces, soy inmigrante de México e inmigrante de los Estados Unidos también. Y esta es mi familia. That's why I usually jokingly, not really jokingly, I say we need to take care of English learners and bilingual learners because we multiply quickly and we don't travel alone. So you can see here my mother with my siblings and all my nieces and nephews. Y ahí hasta faltan mis hijos, porque no alcanzaron a ir a Monterrey. Desgraciadamente esta foto se tomó cuando mi mamá cumplió los 70 años, esa no fue la desgracia, pero la desgracia fue que fue cuando empezó la violencia, ¿verdad? Hace ya varios años, como en el 2010. Entonces mis hijos no alcanzaron a la foto, so our family is even bigger than this. But you might be thinking, okay, so you're Karina Elizabeth Zuno Cooley? Well, I kind of am. But I think I was, because now I just go by Karina Chapa. And how come? Porque ahora eres Karina Chapa después de tener ese nombre tan largo como buena mexicana. Well, I met my husband online in 1997. Yes, boys and girls, I know some of you were not born in 1997, but there was internet back then. And I met my husband. My husband is here from the Valley, from Donna. And I was in Monterey. We met. 2 weeks later, I come to McAllen to meet face to face. 2 weeks later, he goes to Monterey and he proposes. I was 20. I laughed. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. I still need my PhD by the time I'm 30 and I'm never gonna have kids. Well, el que ríe el último ríe mejor, ¿verdad? Así que, no, I still don't have my PhD. But we have 2 beautiful children. My Matthew is now a senior this year, que miedo. And my Ana Sofia, she's going to 8th grade. So the picture that you see here in the middle, however, is really the picture that changed my life the most. Even after moving from Mexico to Texas, even after having to learn a new language, even after becoming bilingual, biliterate, and bicultural, that picture in the middle absolutely changed my life. And that's when I decided to become a teacher. I became a bilingual teacher. Again, I didn't study education, right, in Monterey. So when I came to Texas, my husband was studying education. He's a band director in high school. Any band directors here? Yeah, okay. And I hear the mariachi here present. Absolutely, beautiful profession. And I always wanted to be a teacher. Desde que estaba en Monterrey, siempre quise ser maestra. Pero mis papás no me dejaron. Te vas a morir de hambre. Vete a estudiar al TEC, lo que quieras, pero gradúate del TEC. Oh, fine, but I want to be a teacher. Que no. Pues me despegué de mis padres. Me tuve que venir a otro país to really fulfill my dream to become a teacher. So I went through an alternative certification program. The very first day that I had to speak English all day long, in all my life, was the very first day I was a teacher. So yes, first day as a teacher, first day speaking English all day long. OMG, was that year difficult? Any new teachers here? Are you starting this year or last year? Raise your hand. No? No first, second year teachers? Entonces sí les puedo decir la verdad a todos para no asustar. No, sí, ya vi una mano. Okay, no, never mind, it's gonna be awesome. So being a first year teacher, it's extremely challenging. My respects to all of you who started last year and who are starting this year. Please know you are not alone. That is one of the biggest lessons I learned when I became a teacher. I learned to say, I don't know. Yo era la chica fresa, la chica fresa regia que todo lo sabe y a todos le ayuda. And when I became a teacher, I realized I knew nothing and that I needed help. I needed to rely on other people. Yes. And that is the beautiful power of being a teacher, of being an educator. Not only that you can help others, but that you have to accept the help of others and that you are not alone in this. And by the way, I lied a little bit. This is actually my second cohort of students because I cannot see my first generation of students ever again. Se me cae la cara de vergüenza. Because I know for a fact, I didn't teach them as much as they taught me. So I don't want to see them ever again. I wish them the best. But it was a tough year. They taught me more English. They were English learners. And I still remember being in the science lab saying, take the funnel and put it in the recipient. And everybody's like, okay, sure, but I think it's funnel. And I think it's container. It's like, oh my goodness gracious. So you can just imagine the challenges that I had to go through. Now, am I still an English learner? Absolutely. I consider myself a long-term English learner, advanced high, but I haven't been reclassified just yet, even after 20 years in Texas. So it's okay, there's no shame in being an English learner, in being bilingual. Al contrario, somos orgullosamente bilingües. So, let me tell you about my village, because again, we cannot do this alone. So now I have next to me wonderful bilingual directors like Dr. Myers representing this beautiful region from Bronzeville to Laredo. And they give me strength because I serve them just as well, hopefully, as they serve their districts. Dr. Myers definitely goes to town for you all. And please know he is your biggest advocate, along with your board president, who I have the honor of knowing for so many years since she started her teaching career, and Dr. Ibarra as well. Now, I'm inspired, my own students. I couldn't do what I do if I wasn't still teaching. Teaching is my life. Teaching is my passion. And yes, I have been an administrator for 15 years, but I never forgot what it meant to be a third-grade teacher. So now I teach future bilingual teachers to hopefully avoid the issues that I had that first year. And they are my pride and joy as well. And of course, our bilingual organizations, please, if you haven't gotten connected to RGB TABE, to TABE at the state level, please do so. We are here to help you because we are stronger together, especially if you are serving English learners. Because by the way, you are Valley View, they're everywhere, right? In the world, let me ask you this. I'm gonna tell you now who you are. I know exactly who you are. I see it on your numbers, I see it on your eyes, I see it on your administrators, I see it on your soul. Year after year, Valley View outperforms not only the region, but the state, especially in bilingual education and ESL. Es increíble, como directora del programa bilingüe a nivel regional, todos los años tengo que poner en orden a todos los distritos. ¿Y a quién veo al principio siempre? Ahí va Valley View, ahí va Valley View, ahí va Valley View, siempre, año tras año. Estos últimos 2 años simplemente fueron un paréntesis, fueron una pausa. Pero yo estoy aquí hoy para decirles que tienen lo que se necesita para cerrar cualquier brecha académica que se haya creado debido a la pandemia. ¿Cuál brecha ni qué nada? Esa brecha les hace los mandados a Valley View. Right? Now, I do believe that it is important to know thyself, and that's why I shared with you my story. But it's even more important to know thy students, know your learners, learn about their own stories, share your stories with them too. Let's build those close relationships. We need to target their hearts before we can target their minds. So, in the whole United States, who are our learners? In the world, 50% of the population is bilingual, but in the US, only 20%. Well, what about in the region, Karina? ¿Qué pasa en nuestra región? Well, in our beautiful region, you can see here compared to the state. In the state, 20% of all our students are English learners, more than 1 million. But in the region, we double that. We're at almost double, 38%. And look at the rest of the data, which is fascinating. But it's even more fascinating to see your data, Valley View data. Here in Valley View, pre-K through 12, 67% of all your students are English learners. And that is a good thing. Even better, when you look at pre-K through 3rd, it's 83%. We cannot say we are not bilingual teachers or ESL teachers, right? In Valley View, a teacher, it's an English learner teacher. Because even if you're teaching high school, and you might be thinking, but in high school it's only 40%, Ms. Chapa. Yeah, but they're former ELs, right? So 82% of your students, the first time they come to Valley View, they are bilingual. They already speak another language. And I want to say that you are successful because of that, not in spite of that. There is a big, big difference. So, in Valley View, just like in America, somos bilingües. Y tenemos que estar orgullosos. Y me encanta haber escuchado a todos sus presentadores y oradores hablando en los 2 idiomas. ¡Qué bendición! Que este sea un distrito que empodere el uso de los 2 idiomas y más. Como se fijan, yo también hablo con las manos, ¿cierto? Entonces, al rato tengo que aprender ya sign language. Ya me toca, ya me toca. Si no, sabrá Dios qué barbaridad y media estoy diciendo. So, I want to say that this district really, really understands this visual. Go ahead and spend a few seconds looking at it. Valley View has very clear que educar a todos no significa educar a todos de la misma forma. Significa educar a todos equitativamente. ¿Y qué es la equidad en la educación? La equidad en la educación es darle a cada estudiante lo que necesita. Y es ese currículum fuerte, esa pedagogía relevante de la que estaba hablando la doctora Ibarra, lo que les permite a ustedes ofrecer no solamente una educación de calidad, pero una educación equitativa. Y quiero pensar que aquí en este distrito también ya llegaron al siguiente nivel, en donde no solamente están pensando en equidad, sino están pensando en remover barreras que sus estudiantes puedan tener, que a lo mejor vienen con esas barreras ya de la casa. Vean las ilustraciones aquí, ya no hay barreras. In Valley View, there's no barriers. But what can we do to go even further than removing barriers? I'm going to give you 15 seconds to turn to your partner. I couldn't present without letting you talk to each other. So turn to your partner and in 15 seconds, just share what do you think would come next beyond equity, beyond removing barriers. What's even better than that? Talk. Perfect. May I please have your attention? Thank you. Once an elementary teacher, always an elementary teacher. All right, so something I haven't told you is that I also read minds. So I was able to read your minds right now, and I'm sure you said something like, why aren't the kiddos playing? Ah, ¿verdad? Sí, Leo Mentes, se los dije. How come they're not playing? How come they're not choosing their own game? Ah, chihuahuas, a lo mejor el chiquito que quiere jugar voleibol. Ay, Karina está chaparrito. Mi hija está chaparrita también y juega muy bien voleibol. He can be an awesome libero, right, in volleyball. Or what if the tall one doesn't even like sports? Y ahí lo tenemos viendo el juego a fuerzas. I always say the following to teachers and administrators. Now that you have this very rich curriculum and awesome delivery of instruction, keep this in mind. Give students choices so you get to hear their voices. We need to include students in that development of the rich curriculum, in that delivery of instruction. Again, give students choices so you can hear their voices. So that's what would be next. Let the students participate, not just as spectators, but as players in the game of education. After all, it is their lives that we are forming. Talking about language, I truly believe that in Valley View you have this very clear, that language is not a barrier. El lenguaje nunca de los jamases, nunca, es una barrera. Es simplemente una variable. It's a variable that we need to take into account, measure, of course, follow, develop, but it's never a barrier. When we stop seeing language as a barrier, that's when we start seeing it as an asset, as part of our students' identities. Because el lenguaje es un derecho humano. Y aquí en Valley View eso lo tienen muy bien puesto. Se nota en sus resultados. El lenguaje también está ligado a la identidad de nuestros estudiantes. No podemos separar nuestro idioma y quiénes somos, cómo piensa nuestro cerebro, cómo siente nuestro corazón. Language stands at the center of the many interdependent cognitive, affective, and social factors that impact learning. So taking care of the child's native language and the development of their second language will help you take care of their cognitive, affective, and social development as well. So Now that we know ourselves, now that we know our students, we know that we're going to be faced with tremendous challenges this school year, as always. Being an educator is challenging enough. Now coming back after 18 months of virtual, hybrid, face-to-face instruction, that's challenging. But I'm here to give you a couple of ideas. When you hear the world, especially when they find out that 83% of your students are ELs, the world will tend to say, ay, pobrecito, alivio. ¿Cuál pobrecito ni que nada? We have 83% of ELs. And the world will tell you, pues es que the ELs are limited in English. They speak with an accent. Pues yo también, ¿y qué? Right? And how many of us do too? And we're proud of that accent, right? And the world will tell you too, they have difficulty communicating in English. We need to help them to remove that accent. Seriously, we're gonna think about that about our students? I don't think so. ELs are emergent bilingual learners, which, by the way, is the new label that the state of Texas is gonna start using for ELs. Emergent bilingual, seeing the value of being bilingual. They already speak another language. They have the potential to communicate with 80% of the world population. If you speak English and Spanish, did you know that? You can speak with 80% of the world population. And now we know our Valley View students are not staying here in Valley View. Now they learn to Zoom, or to Google Classroom, or to connect to the other side of the world from their living room. Let's continue opening those opportunities to them. And when the world tells you, oh, and by the way, we do this by promoting bilingualism and biliteracy, of course. And when the world tells you, ELs keep failing benchmarks and state assessments, the academic and linguistic gaps are evident. Your answer is gonna be, seriously, you're gonna focus on that? I don't think so. We know in Valley View that English learners are resilient. They keep going despite any challenges. They develop grit. They don't give up when things get difficult. And we must continue providing systems of support and believe in the power of yet. Oh, you don't speak English? Yet. Oh, todavía no sabes leer muy bien en español fluidamente? Aún. But you will get there. You will get there. Focus on progress, not only on attainment. How much can we help students grow year after year after year? So it is really about helping each other transform our mindset from a deficit-based point of view of students to an asset base where we can see clearly and we can see the treasures they truly are for our school system. And I love just this theme that your district is going with, inspiring excellence and fostering the well-being of all students, because all means all. It means English learners, bilingual, ESL, students with special needs, gifted and talented, migrant, immigrant, general ed. In Valley View, truly, all means all. So I want to leave you with this quote. When I read it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I had to tell Mr. Martinez here, your tech director, and Mr. Dr. Myers, I'm like, I'm sorry, I need to change the PowerPoint, because I read this quote, and I'm like, this is so Valley View. Here we go. And you read it in English, but I'm gonna read it in Español. ¿Listos? La excelencia nunca es un accidente. Es el resultado de una alta intención, de un esfuerzo sincero, de dirección inteligente. Y veo a sus directores aquí. Ejecución hábil y una visión, que aquí tienen sus visionarios enfrente de ustedes, y todos ustedes son visionarios, una visión de poder ver los obstáculos como oportunidades. So, ladies and gentlemen, this year, when the year throws at you all these obstacles, you're gonna say, seriously, bring it on, because we are Valley View and we are in this together. Mil gracias y que tengan un maravilloso año escolar. Thank you.
That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Ms. Chapa, a wonderful speaker for our event today. The last year and a half has been a very difficult time for so many people around the world, in the United States, in our state of Texas, here in the Rio Grande Valley, and particularly here at Valley View ISD. Sadly, we lost too many valuable people during the time of the pandemic. At this time, we would like to remember all those vital persons who left us too soon, but will always remain in our hearts. Let us take a silent moment to remember our lost colleagues. Thank you. While the pandemic raged, many of us worked from home and perhaps sometimes on site. However, there is a group of persons here who are essential personnel. Those people who are crucial and necessary to continue critical district operations. Hay un grupo de personas aquí presente que son personas o personal esencial, o sea, aquellas personas que son cruciales y necesarias para continuar las operaciones críticas del distrito. Favor de ponerse de pie y ser reconocido por el trabajo excelente y esencial durante la pandemia, todos los personal que trabajan en las cafeterías, el mantenimiento y la transportación. Favor de ponerse de pie. Mil gracias por su arduo trabajo bajo circunstancias muy, pero muy difíciles. Gracias a todos. Thank you for all your dedication to our school district. I have always said, and many of you have heard me say this very publicly, and I think Ms. Chapa has heard this a couple of times as well, that the Valley View ISD has the best teachers I have worked with ever. I have worked for other school districts, I have given professional development in many others, and I have visited hundreds. Truly, I must say, Valley View ISD absolutely, without a doubt, has the most knowledgeable and dedicated teachers I have ever met. That's very true. However, even among you, there are those teachers who have proven to be even more extraordinary at times. At this time, I would like to have us all recognize the best of the best of 2020-2021. As I call your name, please stand and be recognized by your peers. The Valley View ISD 2020-2021 Teachers of the Year are Mr. Juan Alvarado, Valley View High School. Ms. Belza Rios, Valley View Early College Campus. Mr. Felipe de la Torre, Valley View Junior High. Ms. Ana Lara, Valley View 5th Grade Campus. Ms. Sonia Niño, Valley View Elementary. Ms. Erika Leal, Valley View North Elementary. Mr. Dorian Rocha, Valley View Wilbur E. Lucas Elementary. And Ms. Veronica Rios, Valley View South Elementary. Such excellent teachers, truly. Even among these excellent teachers, 2 teachers were chosen as District Teachers of the Year. One at the elementary level and one at the secondary level. Let us listen to a special message from each of our district's Teachers of the Year.
Hello everyone. I hope everyone had a great summer. My name is Sonia Niño. I'm a first grade teacher at Valley View Elementary. I began teaching back in 2002. I began teaching at Lucas Elementary and then I was transferred to Valley View Elementary. I have completed my 19th year this past year. I could say that my expertise is in the lower grades. I've taught first grade, I've taught second grade, and reading intervention. I've worked alongside wonderful teachers and great principals. I would say this past year has been the most challenging for me, personally and work-wise, and I'm sure that you can agree with me. It was a tough year for all of us, but we pulled through. I'm ready to take on the next year, and I'm sure it's going to present its own challenges. I want to say thank you for this recognition. I'm very proud to represent Valley View ISD and my campus, Valley View Elementary, as the Elementary District Teacher of the Year. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Alvarado, and today I was given an opportunity to speak to you all. But quite frankly, I'm not sure exactly what it is that I need to say. So I guess I'll start with this. If you're watching this video, this is the very first step that you're taking into what I know is going to be a very successful, but also a very challenging school year. The last 12 to 18 months have taught us that things can change very drastically, and the best thing that we can do is to adapt to the changes and overcome them, which is exactly what it is that we've been dealing with. So thank you all for being here today. Second of all, I want to show my gratitude to all the teachers, to all my co-workers, to everyone who has helped me out along the way in making me the teacher that I am today. Without each and every single one of you helping me out, I know for a fact that I would not be the person that I am today. But I also can't forget about my family. I want to show my appreciation and say a very big thank you to my family, my beautiful wife, my 2 kids, and my entire family who has helped me out along the way. So if you are watching this, please understand that you are valued, that you are appreciated, and that I thank you all. So thank you all for being here today. Go Tigers.
We are quite thankful for all persons who serve in our Valley View district. We deem it worthwhile and necessary to recognize all of our colleagues who have served for 30 years or more here in our beloved district. They are Ms. Naomi Sanchez, Ms. Isabel Rodriguez, Mr. Epifanio Lito Gomez, Ms. Lourdes Olivares, Ms. Irma Gomez, Mr. Juan Contreras, Ms. Laura Perez, Mr. Jorge Mata, Ms. Esther Gomez, Mr. Robert Wolf, Ms. Teresa Vasquez, Mr. Jose Lara, Joe Lara, Ms. Gilma Aguirre, Ms. Ana Cepeda. Oh, there we go. Ms. Maria Alma Garcia. Mr. Guadalupe Trejo, Ms. Ana Rodriguez, Mr. Martin Prieto, Ms. Patricia Arteaga, Ms. Isabel Pedraza, and finally, Mr. Efrain Perez. Thank you all for your dedication and service to our community. Those of you who are present, please stand and be recognized by your fellow employees here at Valley View. We have a special presentation for a gentleman who has, as we have seen, has devoted 35 years of service to Valley View ISD as a board trustee. Dr. Ibarra, would you please do the honor of presenting to Mr. Perez a token of our esteem? Right there. There we go.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Well, first of all, congratulations to all of you who have served this district for so many years. To give 30 plus years of your life, I mean, that is commendable. And this special individual, Mr. Efrain Perez, if you'd like to come up, please, sir, has given 35 years of his life to Valley View ISD as a board member. So it's only fitting that we recognize him with a very nice plaque today, and the plaque reads, "Explore the possibilities," presented to Efrain Perez, in sincere appreciation and recognition of dedicated service and commitment to our children, as well as the community of the Valley View Independent School District as a school board member. 35 years, inspiring excellence and fostering well-being. Congratulations, Mr. Perez. We love you, appreciate you, and respect you.
Thank you very much in behalf of my family and all of you. I know that the reason that we came in, my brother and myself, the reason that we came here and it's still the same for me today, is because of the students. But we have a lot of great teachers here in Valley View, and I admire them. And I wish you the best, and I just hope that this year we're going to find out that Valley View and how great our school it is, and the reason it is because of you, all of you. If we work together, we're gonna do great. I know that. Thank you very much, and thank you for your patience with me too. But I really love you. I love the students, and I love, of course, my school. And with that, thank you very much. Muchas gracias.
I first came to Valley View in 1992, which was almost 30 years ago, and I can tell you there have been a lot of changes since then and how the district has grown, not just in size, but academically. So thank you to Mr. Perez for overseeing that for the last 35 years. We are coming to a close on our General Assembly. I want to thank all the people who worked very hard to make this General Assembly a success. Thank you, Dr. Ibarra, for the vision you had in creating this event. Thank you, board members, for attending and supporting our district. Thank you, Mr. Jorge Martinez and Mr. Manny Rodriguez, for all the wonderful work on the sound system, the video system, and all things technological. Thank you, Ms. Monica Luna and staff and the high school for the beautiful decorations. Thank you, Mr. Camilo Martinez and staff for preparing the gift bags for all the employees. And we do want to thank all the vendors who contributed their time and resources, and you'll find a list of our vendors on the back. I know you visited many of their booths this morning, but we'll continue to patronize them. So, thank you for all you do for our students and for our community. We not only hope that you have a good year, we shall make it so. We shall make it so. Thank you. Have a wonderful 2021-2022 school year.